Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I will be giving you a very long overdue delayed film review for a movie that came out this past October, and it had an extremely limited run in theaters. I unfortunately did not get around to seeing it in theaters. I had a very packed full schedule in October. I love to do Halloween haunted mazes and attractions, of course, so I just didn't get around to seeing this movie. And of course, like I said, it had a limited run in theaters, but I just rented and watched it off of Amazon Prime. Wanted to share my thoughts and feelings with you guys on it. Coyotes. Coyotes is the independent horror movie that came out this past October. That was starred real life couple Justin Long and Kate Bosworth. They also executive produced it, and it had a very intriguing premise. A family comes under attack by ravenous coyotes while simultaneously dealing with a wildfire in the Hollywood Hills. Kind of a timely film considering how just a year ago around this time, Los Angeles was experiencing its own series of out-of-control wildfires which devastated parts of the city, killed several people, and left countless more without their homes and without their personal possessions. It was a scary, scary, unsettling time. And hopefully those people who were affected get their lives back on track soon. So best of luck to all of them. Anyway, the premise of the film was intriguing to me because I was like, ooh, this sounds like a fun creature feature, and it's stars and centers on ravenous coyotes. Are they rabid? Or are they just really hungry? And of course, the movie answers that question. So without further ado, let's get to my review. But of course, before I do that, in case you haven't seen Coyotes and you plan to watch it at some point soon, you don't want to keep watching or listening to this review, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. So, this movie was pretty much what I expected to be, a pretty generic creature feature. The Exterminator was probably the best character out of all the characters. All due respect to the other actors and actresses. Well, actually, the call girl was pretty funny too. But this movie was pretty much what I expected it to be, a low-budget, independent creature feature. Sometimes those hit the mark, sometimes they don't. This one, for me, honestly, didn't really hit the mark. Mostly because I feel like had they had a bigger budget and better special effects, a lot more emphasis and focus would have been on the coyotes, terrorizing this family under siege in their Hollywood Hills home. But they did do the best with what they had, with the budget and the special effects they had, and it turned out for a pretty okay creature feature. As someone who enjoys and loves these kind of movies, I was mostly entertained and somewhat satisfied with it. Could it have been better? Of course. Did I like what I got? Sure, I liked it fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I liked it fine. Interesting premise. It probably could have been done so much better on a bigger budget, but I get it. Not every major film wants to make a creature feature these days. But, we got what we got, and I still liked it for what it was. The coyotes looked great. Them attacking and eating people was, of course, a highlight for me personally, because that's why we come to these movies. The Exterminator was probably the best character. He reminded me of another similar character from one of my all-time favorite creature features, Arachnophobia, played by the delightful and the super talented John Goodman. He played the Exterminator in that film, dealing with killer spiders, while the Exterminator in this film was dealing with a rat problem and then ravenous coyotes as well. I thought it was kind of cool how there wasn't an explanation for why the coyotes were going batshit crazy and eating dogs and people. Like, just let the mystery be there or stay there. But instead, the twist was also pretty interesting to me about how there's a pair of coyote pups in the walls of this house. And of course, the coyote pack just wanted their pups back. But even after they got their pups back, they still tried going after the call girl. Then they went after the Exterminator, presumably eating him. Now, or did he survive his encounter? We don't know, because the credits it cuts to the credits right before it shows what happens to either the coyote attacking him or the Exterminator. But you know what? I'm so glad I watched this movie, despite what it was and despite how meh it kind of was. But I'm so glad I saw it. Glad I didn't pay a movie ticket theater price for it. I'm glad I just rented it for relatively cheap off Amazon here. But I am glad I watched it, and now I can move on to other films I'm more excited about. So that's what I thought of Coyotes. What did you guys think of it? I mean, overall, it was a pretty okay movie. Not the best, but certainly not the worst film I've ever seen. And I feel like this film did the best they could with what they had. And it's always a treat to see Justin Long being terrorized in a horror movie. So that was always a highlight as well too. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I hope everybody had a nice long holiday break and we're all ready to go back to work on Monday. So have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, what's your favorite scary movie?